everybody. Today we are coming at you from the northeast corner of Piedmont Park in the beating heart of Metro Atlanta. And I got a special treat for you because today we are looking at the mecca of sour brewing in the southeast and my personal favorite brewery in the city. Let me introduce you to Orpheus Brewing. So to give you a little context to what we're looking at, last time we were at Reformation Brewing all the way out here on the west end perimeter. But today we are going into the north end of Midtown, which is where Orpheus is located. I also wanted to give a heads up where out-of-state people might be able to find it. So according to their website, if you live in one of these 10 states, there is a distributor there that distributes Orpheus. So if you go to your Total Wine, go to your local growler shop, whatever, you probably be able to find it. And also for my Europeans, there is a distributor in France and in the Netherlands. So shout out to the Dutch. Y'all can find this out there. So Orpheus was founded back in 2014, right at the beginning of the craft beer explosion in Atlanta. They are known for their crazy can artwork, which you're gonna see here in a minute. They are also known for their strange and long beer names. No kidding, like most of this shit sounds like it was made up by a very morbid philosophy student. But honestly, that shit's pretty cool to me. So inside's the tap room, it looks real cool. We are gonna go back to this private room that I assume they reserved for me. Oh, look at this, cool, we got some shit on the walls. Yeah, check it out. But oh wait for it, boom. We've arrived at what you've come here to see. Alright, that's a pretty good looking spread on that table. Let's back it out. And in a second we'll get into some cap and beer reviews. So one more quick thing before we get to the beer and the hat pairings. Last time I was throwing out stars and all that in my reviews. Don't like it. I decided I'm going to simplify things. Today our options are either drink it or don't drink it. And that's how I'll let you know what I think of the beer. Alright, now let's get to it. Alright, so the first beer we're looking at is Do or Die. It's an oatmeal cream stout. It pairs real well with Shazam! No, but this thing is delicious, man. It tastes like breakfast in a glass to me. You got the oatmeal, you got the cream. It's not too heavy. You don't end up chewing through it like a Guinness, but it still has some body to it. It'll warm you up on a cold night. So let me show you what it looks like. Here's it in glass. It's got this beautiful dark black color, and yeah, man, I'd highly recommend this one. Let me show you a little close up on the can artwork here. Got a yellow eagle eating a blue snake. So not Mexican colors, but certainly Mexican inspired imagery. Final verdict, drank it. Alright, next up we have Transmigration of Souls. Check out this can art real quick. Can art's just glorious. But this right here is a double IPA, but unlike most IPAs, it is not disgusting. So it doesn't, it has a nice little hoppy, it has a nice little bitter, I guess a light bitterness to it, but it's not gonna make you gag like your normal IPAs. Pairs real well with the money, man. Ooh, that black and green just plays well together. But like I said, this is a great beer. And if anybody was curious what the double IPA 10.0 stands for, that stands for 10% ABV. So even if you really don't like IPAs, you really ain't gotta drink much of them. There's 2 beers in one for this thing. Let me get the glass in shot, show you the complexion real quick. That does have a nice color to it. And like I said, it's not gonna hit you over the head with hops. It's very light and not super bitter. Verdict, drink it. Alright, I got something special for you now. This one's called Fragmentation of Silence. Couldn't find a hat that pairs perfectly because I don't have many orange hats, so we're going to pair it up with the 2022 Year of the Tiger and the 40th Anniversary Hank Aaron Braves. So this was a part of their 8th anniversary release, and they always do some crazy aged, concoction for their anniversary, and you can see the color here. It's just it's not something that you normally see. It's made using Serbian cherries, which give it the tartness from the cherry is kind of mellowed out, but you still get the sweetness there. But the sour notes just kind of, it's hard to describe, man. It all blends together about like a smoothie. It's just, it's a cacophony of flavor, but it just balances out real well. And I would recommend it. The feel of it, it's not heavy, but it does have a thick texture to it, almost like a syrup, but not quite that much. But that's the best thing I can compare it to how it feels. It is around 5% ABV, so it's nothing that's gonna knock you out. But this is something, I don't know, if I'm out to a fancy dinner and I want to pair a fancy meal with a fancy beer, this is what I'm ordering up. So, Fragmentation of Silence, final verdict. Drink it! Alright, the penultimate beer of the evening. We're going to look at Zephyr Punch. This thing is a native wild ale. Look at this can art real quick. It's got a cool scorpion crawling around, and I love the motto for the brewery. Don't look back. Great motto for beer, great motto for life. Alright, and I think this pairs up real nicely with the Jackson Generals. There it is. White and black's just a cool combo. Alright, so this one, it is very fruit forward. That lemon is gonna be, boom, first thing you're gonna notice when you take your first step of it. Now, while it is significantly a step up in sourness, it's not quite a warhead. You're not gonna be you're not gonna be puckering too much at this, but it will get you a little bit. The finish is very nice and clean, and the best way I can describe it is almost like how if you finish a lemon head candy. It's a little sweet, it's a little acidic, and it makes you want to take another drink. That's how I felt when I was drinking it. Show you real quick what it looks like in glass. As you can see, it is transparent, just has that nice little yellow tint to it. Swirls around real nice. Looks real clean, but yeah, man, gotta say the verdict, drank it. Final beer of the evening, let's go. Alright, we are looking at My Shadow Doesn't Speak for Me. This is another beer out of the Year 8 collection. Check this out. Boom! 12.7% ABV. Got a kick-ass Ouroboros crawling around in a figure 8 on the cover. This thing matches up real well with the championship Braves. Man, don't that trophy look good? It looks better and better every time I see it. Alright, so a few notes about this beer. It's got some body to it. This beer got curves, so if you can't handle that, I would recommend you don't want this. Second, it is very alcohol forward. So that is going to be one of the first notes that you get. You often see that with any beers that are over 9-10%. The alcohol is going to be one of the first things you really notice about it. Alright, let's take a look at it in glass. Because it's an imperial stout, it has almost no head to it. It's not like your dry stouts or your oatmeals that are going to have a nice bubbly head on them. No head, just pitch black, and the flavor, a word on that, it is aged in bourbon barrels, which give it a nice oaky kind of bourbon flavor. And that is probably the dominant flavor outside of the alcohol. But you're also going to get some fruity notes depending on, how sensitive your palate is. You may catch some notes of the orange peel and vanilla that they throw in there. But overall, man, this sucker is great. And seeing as I've drank a few of these tonight, this is going to be the last beer we look at. So final verdict for this one, drink it. That'll about wrap us up. It's been a blast here at Orpheus. So until next time, stay fitted, like and subscribe.
Enjoy 15% off all products with the code VFTV15. Brought to you by VFTV.